Hey students, it's Winnie, your Appley expert, and I wanted to spend some time to talk to you guys about one of my biggest fears when I was applying to college. And my biggest fear was affording college. I was so afraid that I wouldn't even have the opportunity to go to college because I was not going to be able to afford it. And the reasons that made me feel that way is because I knew that my family didn't have money. I didn't know that, they would describe it as, oh, you come from a low income background. But I just knew that my family didn't have the money to have opportunities that I saw some of my peers have. And so when we were applying to colleges, I was just really scared that one, I wouldn't get into colleges. Two, I had a really low test score. So I wasn't getting academic scholarships like my peers were. Instead, I had to think through, how am I going to get into these schools if I have a bad test score and I can't afford getting into schools? And so I spent a lot of time just like thinking through, like, what can I do to help me better understand if I can go to school and afford it, right? So that's when I got to have some conversations with people about financial aid. Lots of conversations about financial aid, terms that went over my head. But I came across someone who talked to me about attending the school that met 100% of demonstrated need. And I was like, what does that mean? You're just saying 100% demonstrated need. I can demonstrate that I need something, but what does that actually mean? And once I figured out that these were schools that have endowments, which means that they have their own money to be able to financially support students to be on their campus for 4 years or however many years, right? These are institutions that can really help students like me, right? The student who didn't know how to, apply for any financial assistance whatsoever. So I found a school that met 100% of demonstrated need. I could, at the time when I filled out the FAFSA, it told me at the time that my dad couldn't pay anything, $0 towards tuition. So how could I even consider even getting into a school if, again, I wasn't getting scholarship money and I wasn't um, going to be able to afford it? But I took a risk and I applied to the school, and I took a risk and I applied to find for financial aid. And I ended up going to a school that met 100% of my demonstrated need. And I was able to step on campus first day with $0 in my pocket and walk away and graduate in my last year on campus with also $0 in my bank account. And so that was something that I didn't even realize I could achieve because I kept thinking that that financial aid piece was going to keep me from being successful. So I want you to think about, the barriers that you might see or you might feel financially, and know that, hey, there are some opportunities out there and there are some schools that can help you be able to be successful while supporting you financially. You just got to ask the right questions. So if you do have those questions, come and ask us at Appley. We're here to answer those. I'm happy to answer them. Obviously, I'm here to, share my story, but I want to encourage you to see maybe the possibility of how having a plan after college could be beneficial to you. So hang in there. I know you got this, but we got your back as well.